Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are partying because we have just broken $10,000 for the first time in quite some time, and if you guys have not been living under a rock for the last couple of months, you will know that we have been under a long-term downtrending level of resistance that has been in effect ever since $20,000, and this, my friends, is the third test in the history of cryptocurrency that we have on it. We are at a moment of truth, and Bitcoin needs to break bullish here. Is it going to? That is the question that we're going to be discussing in today's video. We're also going to be talking about some bearish technicals because there is one. That would be the daily chart TD sequential, which is currently reading an 8. Will that 9 flash coming tomorrow on the TD sequential be an issue, or will Bitcoin finally manage to break through the long-term downtrending level of resistance and head straight back to $14,000, $20,000, and beyond? Guys, Bitcoin is in one of the most pivotal points in this market's history this year, and if Bitcoin chooses correctly here, we could very easily be moving much, much higher. So guys, this is a very important video. This is a very exciting video, but remember, as always, we're going to make sure that we're culling the FOMO, we're culling the hype, we're having fun, but we're also having a level head, and we don't get ahead of ourselves. Guys, I think you're going to get a lot of good value out of this video. If you do, as always, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Really helps out the channel when you do that, and it encourages me to have a little bit of a rave again. I love these lights, dude. Anyway, guys, before we go ahead and dive on into it, I do want to mention the July 2020 coupon code. If you guys are not already members of CT2A, which there are a lot of you, so you may be, but for those of you who have not joined us yet, if you want to learn how to do technical analysis on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets, CT2A is the place to do it. There are big gains coming in the next several months on Bitcoin, and you want to be in a position where you understand the market well enough to be profiting with those movements. So, guys, if you're interested, the link's in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video, but for now, though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, we're going to get demonetized for that little rave at the beginning of the video, so make sure you hit the like button down below because this video is going to be kind of a... We're just having fun. That's what we're doing. We're having fun. Guys, Bitcoin is in a very, very, very important spot, and we're about to talk about some of the news that you saw earlier on in this video here later on at the end of this video. But before we do, we need to go ahead and jump onto the chart, so let's do that. As you can clearly see, the last couple of days on Bitcoin have been nothing but green. Bitcoin rallied, we flagged out exactly the way we wanted to, and exactly the way that I said I would hope we would do. Bitcoin put in a green-red-green formation where we saw green, non-engulfing red, and then engulfing green. Perfectly bullish sign. As we saw recently, they're not always going to lead to uptrends, but in this case, it did. Bitcoin overnight rallied massively and broke $10,000, pushing all the way to $10,200 at around 6 this morning. During that time, down here on the hourly chart, Bitcoin has maintained above both the 20 exponential moving average and the 50 simple moving average on the hourly chart, and also, obviously, on the 4-hourly chart, we've maintained above, entirely above, the 20 exponential moving average. And in fact, just like we've seen on the daily and the weekly chart, on the 4-hourly chart, we also saw a golden cross right there, and immediately when that happened, we saw a massive green candlestick. But guys, Bitcoin has been making short-term progress over the last several days. Today, Bitcoin has made long-term progress. What do I mean by this? Well, guys, there are movements that show up on the daily chart that only really impact the next couple of days. But there are also moves on the daily chart that impact the next couple of years. And what Bitcoin did last night is so incredibly pivotal because of this. Looking at the weekly chart over the last 3 years on Bitcoin's price action, we're on the log chart, by the way, Bitcoin has tested this downtrend of resistance exactly once, twice, and as of today, 3 times. This is the pivot point right here, so obviously Bitcoin wasn't going to break a downtrend that didn't exist yet. This was the set point of the downtrend, so Bitcoin probably wasn't going to break it because it still didn't exist yet. And in fact, the last couple of months have been where Bitcoin has been testing this downtrending level of resistance. We are in an incredibly important decision phase for Bitcoin right now. I want you to understand that this downtrend of resistance is 3 years old. We have not seen a downtrend of resistance this large in the entire history of the crypto market, no matter what coin you're looking at. If Bitcoin were to break out above this downtrending level of resistance, you would see a break proportional to the strength, the size, and the length of the downtrend that you were breaking. And guys, the downtrend that we'd be breaking is absolutely massive. So what happens when this daily chart cross, this weekly chart cross, this bullish MACD, this return of volume like we haven't seen in months, A resurgence in the key search term Bitcoin. Crypto hitting $300 billion in market cap again. What happens when all of these things come together in the perfect storm, and on top of that, you see Bitcoin rally $1,000 in 6 or 7 days, when Bitcoin was in a consolidation pattern, which, by the way, we have broken bullish out of and confirmed that breakout decisively now. What happens when all of that happens immediately below the most important level of resistance that Bitcoin has ever faced? I'll tell you what happens. You have a very strong case to be made that it gets broken. So that's what we're here to talk about, isn't it? Does Bitcoin break this 1,000-day-long downtrend? You guys can surely guess my opinion on this, and my opinion is that yes, we do break this downtrend. And the technicals, as I've already laid out, say that explicitly. But I want you guys to understand something before I continue here. Technicals are overridden sometimes. There is a chance that a bear comes in and dumps a lot of Bitcoin. There is a chance that $10,000 proves to be too strong. There is a chance that some random news story comes out contradicting the stupid amount of bullish news that we've had recently and drives Bitcoin lower. There is a chance that Bitcoin pulls back, as there is always a chance that walking across the street is going to result in you getting hit by a car, as there is always a chance that when you go up in a plane, you'll come down in fire. There is always a chance that something bad is going to happen. You are never able to be sure that something bad will not happen. But in the same way that we still do cross the street, in the same way that we do still fly in airplanes, in the same way that we do still start businesses knowing the risk that they could go under, we need to look at our risk profile. What's the risk profile here? In my opinion, is very low. I think Bitcoin's about to have a massive breakout. However, please remember that we have not seen confirmation of that yet, and that is still what we're looking for. Bitcoin looks very healthy right now, and we have reason to celebrate that fact. But please keep in mind, even though a shorter-term downtrend of resistance is confirmed to be broken, our longer-term downtrend of resistance has not yet been breached. We are still in the baby phases of what might result in a bull market. So if that bull market does come, which I believe it will, let's talk price targets because they're very fun. Guys, one of the reasons that I'm so bullish on Bitcoin is because of the stupid amount of VPVR support that we have beneath us. As you guys can see, we have quite a significant amount of VPVR support below where we are right now. However, if we look above where we are right now, there's not actually a whole lot, as you can see. In this range, not much. Bitcoin hasn't done much trading above $10,000 in the last 3 years. The majority of our trading has been done below $10,000, meaning that the majority of our support/resistance, the majority of our VPVR volume is beneath us, which means that we are being held up by that previous history. What that in turn means is that it's going to be easier for Bitcoin to move $500 now than it would have been for Bitcoin to move $500 when we were trading in the $6,000 and $7,000 region. If Bitcoin breaks this downtrend of resistance, guys, the price target for this is actually like $100,000. I'm not even going to get into that because that is much longer term TA. But if we break this, here's where I see Bitcoin going. Number one, Bitcoin is not just facing this downtrend of resistance. We're actually facing a flat level of resistance as well right here. We saw Bitcoin test $10,400 right here, right here, right here, and of course that was actually the center level of this consolidation pattern back over here. So Bitcoin isn't just testing our downtrend, we're also testing this level right there, which means that our support doesn't look like a downtrend. It actually looks like an area of resistance that is filled in like that. That's important because we can't say that we've confirmed a bullish break to the upside just because we break $10,200. We actually want to see Bitcoin breaking $10,500, $600, $700 before we can be really, really confident in that. Remember, guys, the trend is your friend until it ends, and yes, we are in an uptrend, but also keep in mind that that uptrend is still in danger because we have strong resistance above us. We have strong support beneath us, which is why we've had so little volume and volatility lately, but we haven't confirmed a new bull market yet. As far as I'm concerned, even though we're in a bull market, I want to see a reconfirmation of one, which is, in fact, what we are seeing. So we're happy about that, but we want to make sure we're not getting ahead of ourselves either. With that said, should Bitcoin break the $10,400 to $10,500 region with this flat level right here, these are my price targets. The next target I would be looking for would be here around $11,700. That was a double top back over here when I was just starting this channel back in February of 2018. Just so you know how long of a trend we're looking at here, I did the face reveal on this channel right here. Before this line, this vertical line, I had not done a face reveal. To give you perspective on how old the channel is, the first video on this channel was right here. For a little bit more perspective, because this is fun, I graduated high school right here. Needless to say, we're looking at a very long, powerful downtrend. And because we're looking at a very long, powerful downtrend, we're also looking at big breakouts. Because proportionality is a very important concept in technical analysis. Guys, Bitcoin has been held beneath these levels for far too long. The bulls are tired of it. There is tension in this market, and I do believe that it's about to explode. If you haven't been following the news lately, I'm about to go over another massive news story, but there has been all kinds of fantastic news. We're talking Visa and MasterCard getting into the cryptocurrency space. We're talking about banks being able to be custodians of cryptocurrency. Now, that's not necessarily to say that I would ever use that product, but that is a big step towards mass adoption. And as we're going to talk about in a few minutes, Bitcoin is a form of money in DC, federal court rules. This might not seem like a big deal, but believe me, it most certainly is. So where are our price targets? Like I was saying, the first one I see above 10.5 is 11.7. Above that, I see 13.7, as that was the high previously. This is going to be the one to beat. And then, guys, after that, got to be honest with you, it's $17,000 and then $20,000. $20,000 is not that far away. You might say, oh, that's 100% return. Bitcoin has done 300% and 400% returns in 6 months before. We've been talking about Bitcoin going to $20,000 for a long time, but the problem hasn't been that Bitcoin can't go to $20,000 or that Bitcoin can't run 100%. Even in this 3-year bear market that we've been talking about, there have been 300% rallies. The problem has been is that we haven't started the rally high enough and that we haven't seen it through because the news has been lackluster. If Bitcoin breaks this downtrend of resistance within 12 months, I could see us challenging the $20,000 level. That's why I'm so excited about this market right now. But remember, we want to make sure we're being level-headed and careful. Don't get FOMOing because of what I just said. With that said, should Bitcoin break to the upside here, guys, I am honestly calling a bull market on Bitcoin. If we break up and we are able to sustain that and confirm that and keep that going, guys, we've already had all of our bull market signals flash. This cross right here, the 20 and the 50, that is bull market territory. That's only happened 4 times in the history of cryptocurrency, and every time it has, a bull market has formed. The same thing is true for a plethora of other technical indicators that we've talked about on the channel. It just makes sense that a bull market is coming based on not only the technicals, but also the fundamentals. Speaking of fundamentals, I've kind of made my point on the chart, so let's go ahead and move on to this news story, because this is big and no one's talking about it because it's being overshadowed by Bitcoin's price movement, but you need to hear this. Bitcoin is a form of money in the District of Columbia federal court rules. In the case of the United States versus Harmon, Chief Judge Beryl A. Howell wrote that money is commonly means a medium of exchange, method of payment, or store of value. We would all accept Bitcoin to be that, but getting federal recognition of that is something else. Bitcoin is these things, Judge Howell added. Okay, let's stop for a second, because if you're not in law or you haven't studied it at all, then you will probably not know what precedent is. But in law, precedent is very important. Typically speaking, a court is going to rule in the exact same way that a court has ruled in the past, because the court that first ruled on an issue set the precedent on that issue. This, as far as I'm aware, is one of the first rulings on this, and this is going to set precedent that lawyers and judges are going to use in the future, the precedent that Bitcoin is money. That is the news story here. It's not that, oh, the federal government decided that Bitcoin's money. Cool beans. The news story here is that we've just set precedent for future court cases. But moving on. Defining Bitcoin as money was integral to the court's decision to not dismiss criminal charges against Larry Harmon, the operator of an unlicensed Bitcoin trading firm, for laundering money under federal law. The court's comment mean that Bitcoin is treated as money in the context of money transmission licensing in DC, nothing more. But I disagree with the statement, nothing more, because even though it might not mean anything more for that case, because what it means is that we've had a federal court rule that Bitcoin is money, which means that Bitcoin needs to be treated as such. This is going to open the door for a lot more legislation in the future targeting cryptocurrency adoption and cryptocurrency policing, which is a double-edged sword, but in general is the next logical step for the adoption of our favorite cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. By the way, take note, this does specifically mention Bitcoin, not cryptocurrencies. One of the reasons that I still maintain my stance as being a Bitcoin, not maximalist, but I do like Bitcoin the most. I don't call myself a Bitcoin maximalist, but there you go. Guys, one more thing I want to mention is over on CoinMarketCap. Crypto market capitalization is sitting at $300 billion again. This historically has been an important level for Bitcoin, and I do believe that it's going to maintain to be an important level for Bitcoin. This is where we topped out back on the Valentine's Day rally, and this is where Bitcoin stopped moving. But as you will notice, Bitcoin was starting to lose momentum at these levels. Right now, as you can see, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are starting to go parabolic. Big, big difference. And if we look at the all-time figure here, guys, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies did rally to around $340 billion right here back in July of 2019, but we rejected there. What that means is that even though we look like we're $3,700 below where we topped out previously, we're actually only maybe 10% below that. based on market capitalization because the altcoins are doing so well right now. Guys, that's a very important component of a rally. People forget this. When the altcoins are rallying, it signals a lot of strength in Bitcoin because people wouldn't be investing in altcoins enough to have them rally if they didn't trust in their comparative, which is Bitcoin. In bear markets, you see volume leave the altcoins. In bull markets, you see them go into altcoins because people are not only confident on Bitcoin, they're so confident on Bitcoin that they're willing to take an even bigger risk and invest in the alts. So take heed to the fact, because this is very important, that Bitcoin is losing market dominance. That is a bullish sign. In fact, over the last year, Bitcoin's market dominance has been continually trending to the downside from around 70% to where it sits now at 62%. That is a very good thing. Furthermore, guys, bullish things are not just happening on Bitcoin. They're also happening everywhere. We're having huge breakouts on Ethereum. And as you can see on CoinMarketCap, many other cryptocurrencies. Cardano's up to 15 cents. Even Bitcoin's scam down here is up 2.5%. And if we look at change over the last 24 hours, Ethereum is in the top 5 of gainers. Very rare that you see a top 5 cryptocurrency in the top 5 biggest gainers because they are harder to move. Big promise. Guys, big things are coming to cryptocurrency, and I'm very, very excited about it. I want to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. Do you think we're going to break $10,000? Do you think Bitcoin is about to have a moonshot rally? Are we going back to 14K? I really want to hear your take on that. Before we go, though, I do want to make sure I'm curbing the FOMO, because in times like these, it's very, very easy for us to get very, very excited about the future of Bitcoin. It's very easy for us to say, Bitcoin's going to $20,000. Bitcoin's going to rally. I'm going to be rich. Time to buy my Lamborghini. I've been waiting for like 4 years for it. I've been promised Lamborghinis and moonshots, and I haven't gotten it yet. Damn it. It's really easy to get caught up in that hype. It's very easy. But that doesn't mean it's a good thing. So guys, remember, no matter what Bitcoin's doing, I don't care if Bitcoin's crashing 50% the way that it did back in March, or if Bitcoin's rallying 50% the way that it did the months to follow. I don't care what Bitcoin's doing. If you are getting overly excited on Bitcoin, if you're FOMOing into Bitcoin and you're deciding, I'm going to make a big change in my life, I'm going to sell my house, put my life savings into crypto because Jeb said a bull market might be coming, you're making a mistake, and you will regret it. I promise you. Be very, very careful, guys. In times like these, where Bitcoin looks the most bullish, where it looks the most promising, this is ironically the time that people lose the most money, because this is the time that people get overexposed, and when the bull market eventually does come to an end, they've been living in overexposure for so long that they don't realize that they've made a mistake 6 months ago, and then they get wrecked. The people that got wrecked at $20,000, and make no mistake, they got wrecked 8 months earlier when Bitcoin was rallying to $3,000, because back then is when they decided that they were going to go all in, and they never actually took profits. Make sure you're using wisdom in times like these, guys. It's very, very easy to get annihilated, and I don't want to see that, because as I've always said, the point of this channel is to teach you guys how to be profitable in cryptocurrency, and that, by its very nature, means you not getting wrecked. Make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, guys, before we go, I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. This sale will be running for another few days. July 2020 is going to get you $40 off at checkout on CT2A. And guys, CT2A is so awesome because it allows for an exchange between you and I, where you help to support this channel so that we're continually able to bring you guys high-quality content, and it allows you guys to get access to 36 high-quality videos, 12 hours of content teaching you everything you need to know to lay a strong foundation for trading in cryptocurrency markets. Look, guys, learning cryptocurrency is not easy. It took me 2 years to learn everything that goes into this academy, and it took me probably about a year to be consistently profitable in trading. If you're just getting into cryptocurrency right now, you don't want to be finding yourself, oh, I'm finally profitable 9 months from now when most of this rally is already over. You want to jumpstart that learning curve and make sure you're not wasting time and missing out on this bull market. Guys, it is absolutely vital that you're investing in your education with me, with someone else. However you do it, you need to be learning as quickly as you possibly can. Make no mistake, the people that are most successful in trading are the people that are not trading to earn. They are trading to learn. The people in this market who are the most successful, and in fact, the people that are the most successful in the entire world, are the people that are constantly focused on improving themselves, and that is their #1 priority. If you're not investing in your education right now, this market is going to rally, and it's going to end up ending that rally, and you're going to miss out because you're still going to be trying to learn the things that are sitting in these videos right here for you. So if you want to learn how to trade cryptocurrency and not waste the next year trying to learn it on your own, I would highly encourage you to join with the link in the description down below. We do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, over 2,000 students who can attest to the value of the academy, and yes, by the way, you can pay in Bitcoin. Believe me, with this bull market starting, I would love for you to pay me in Bitcoin, so feel free to shoot us an email at cryptojeb@gmail.com. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I really do just want to Thank you guys, because this channel has been active for nearly 3 years now. In fact, in 5 days, it'll be the 3rd anniversary of me finding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I've been in the market for 3 years as of 5 days from now. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This has been a crazy journey. This has been a wild ride. There has been ups, there have been down, there have been blood, sweat, and tears, and there have been good tears and bad tears in that, believe me. The journey that we are on here is just starting. Here's to 3 years, and here's to 30 more, guys. I am so incredibly pumped for what's coming in the next several months. We're going to be moving into the office in about a month from today. We're going to be building out a studio. We're going to be working on podcasts. We're probably going to end up launching another program for you guys because I know you guys are wanting it. We're going to be fleshing out the first cohort. We're going to be founding our own website, starting our own blog, reporting our own news. Guys, we have so much stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's all coming together, and I'm so excited. It's because of your support that it's able to be possible. So, guys, thank you so much. I mean that. I'm serious. I think about it all the time, how grateful I am. I tell people all the time that I'm the luckiest man in the world. So, thank you, guys. I really do mean that. Great things are coming. Make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I am so pumped. Anyway, guys, that is, of course, going to have to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys